Another side of it, which it's not pleasant to talk about, but it's the abuse situation, and it was very prevalent in mining towns. And it was very common for men to beat up their wives, and no one did anything about it. It was, I don't know why it was left the way it was, and about the only time anyone ever stepped in is, you know, I mean, some women were so severely beaten that then the police would be called in. The neighbors would phone or something. But it was very common, and it was very common to see women walking around with blackened eyes and bruises, and you knew what had happened, but people they just took it. It was part of what life was. And I mean, it wasn't all men like that, but some men were very, very, very cruel to both their wife and their children. And I mean, you've seen it. I mean, these poor families walked around with black eyes and bruises and cut lips and cut faces and cut eyes, and they were just very brutal, violent men, and that's just the way it was. And I mean, people would give the woman support, and, you know, well, we feel sorry for you, or, you know, try to help doctor her up or something like this. But no one really stepped in and ever stopped it. Because again, in that day and age, it was every man's home was his own, and you didn't enter it. You didn't change things. I mean, it was very sad, some of the things that happened. And there was some very, very sad outcomings of it. Of women were very violently treated. And children. Well, they're isolated. There was no money. They had nowhere to go. So what could they do? I mean, a woman that was beaten, because if she went to the neighbor, he'd just beat her when she came back more than ever. So she had to stay there and take it. And she had no choice. And I mean, she had nowhere to go. There was nowhere. And she tried to defend her child, and a lot of times that's where she got the worst of it, because trying to defend children.